Good evening. It is Mickey Don Hill, the Undrunk Christian. I was out tonight thinking that it's time to maybe start exercising some, so I decided to start walking around my neighborhood and looking at things that I've never even really paid attention to. What a blessing it is. But here's something that you can do. Go around your own neighborhood, sometimes, if you want to feel worth about yourself. And even if you are, unfortunately, I hope you're not, but if you are drinking or high or something like that, it still doesn't matter. Go around your own neighborhood and just look around at the beautiful things that God has provided us. And I've known this for quite some time, but I just happened to walk down the road here for a little while, and I'm noticing, there's a huge, beautiful church right here just across from where I live. If you see that orange light down there in the distance, I can kind of show you how far out in the I guess the boonies, you could call it, that I am. And you can see the skyline there on the mountain. It's so peaceful out here. And we've got the children's playground over here for the school, the church. And it's just peaceful here. And we've got a big cattle farm right over there. There's another mountain range. And one really wonderful thing about this is behind me here, if you can see. This is the fire department here in our community. And I got Puppy Dog with me. Hey, Puppy. Hey, Buddy Bud. Hey there, kiddo. All he wants to do is lay down and get rubbed. Ain't that right, bud? Anyway, just talking about things, used to at this time of the evening, I would be either already drinking or looking for a way to get high or something like that. It's been a while ago, a long time ago, but still, this is what I used to would have been doing. And now I'm just taking in the wonderful, beautiful things that God's given us. And one thing is peace. I mean, back, when we were drinking and drugging and things like that, I don't know if you ever remember it, there's no peace. There's never any peace. There's always a feeling of fear or dread or trying to figure out where the next drink or high is going to come from. And, I don't know if you're like me, but who is our friends? Do we even have a friend? Are you ashamed to go see anybody? Do you put off going to family events or even public events, because of your state that you're in, And I like to try and offer something positive on my videos here. And one positive thing is sometimes just get out and be you, just be you. There's a beautiful graveyard here also. To be out in the middle of nowhere, there sure are a lot of nice things out here. I guess back to the point, sometimes when we are drinking and drugging, we isolate ourselves, or thanks to the devil, he helps us to get isolated. And that is a horrible thing, when you're in that state. But when you're not in that state, you're by yourself. And, sometimes just sit and think, just sit and look and take a moment and visit yourself. I think that's one of the biggest fears that we encounter, being an addict or an alcoholic, is visiting our own self. I used to be so ashamed of myself. I was proud of the things I could accomplish, I suppose, and the talents I had, maybe. But as far as me, I was ashamed of me. And if I'm ashamed of me, I would expect everyone else to be ashamed of me also. And that would keep me from, it kept me from doing anything worthwhile in life. The only thing I did was follow my flesh around. As the old saying goes, whichever way the wind blows. But I guess the positive thing that I would like to say tonight is don't forget to visit you sometimes. That's the scary part. That is a very, very scary place to go. is to yourself. I think that for my own self, what I did a lot was I would either drink or drug or whatever else I could come up with to keep from, sorry about the light, to keep from visiting me, you know. And it really took me a continuous not stopping 2 straight years, you know, to even finally get that first glimpse of why do I want to stop? Why would I want to stop? Why would I want to better myself, you know? And now when I wake up in the morning, I don't feel like crap. I'm not gagging. I'm not dizzy. I'm not, you know, malnourished. You know, it's just so much different. I guess what I'm trying to say is there is hope. If you're a person that has never touched or experimented with alcohol or drugs, don't. There's nothing there. You're not missing anything. The only thing that you're missing is you, because that's not the real you. And you're you're simply going to miss out on you. You know, if you continue to replace it with other things, I'm not preaching at you. I'm saying if I continue to replace me by drinking it away or getting rid of another day or just trying to make the time pass, so I guess I could lay down and go to sleep and do it again the next day, you know. I never got to know me, you know. And if I can't know me, then how in this world is anybody else ever going to know me? And maybe a person may say, well, I don't need anybody else. Well, you know, I dare to disagree with you. You really do. You know, I don't believe anyone's ever woke up going, you know what, I would like to die alone and you know, decrepit and broken down and broke and, and absolutely have no friends, no anything whatsoever. You know, no dog, you know, no place to call home. And I guess maybe that's the important thing that I'd like to say in this message here is don't forget to visit you. You know, you are your greatest asset, you know, besides the Lord himself. And without you, you can't do anything and you won't do anything. You'll cause yourself and others just a whole lot of heartache. And it's really hard. It's really hard to be an island that way and to stay drunk and stay high. It's really hard, you know. It may be a physical easy thing for some people, but it's really hard on you. It takes away from you. It takes everything from you. It takes your spirit. It takes your emotions. It takes your finances. It takes your physical being. It just takes everything away. And hopefully, if you are a person that is in recovery and has been for 20 minutes, try to remember if you pick that bottle or that drug back up, you're trading everything that the Lord has given us and eternity for that drink. And that's quite a swap. And I'm not saying just quit. I heard all my life, why don't you just quit? Why don't you just quit? It's not that easy. It takes and I can't even say determination. I'm one of the most determined people I've ever known. But it takes a why and a want to, you know. And thankfully, the Lord brought me to that point to where I could see a why. And I guess from Mickey Hill, from the Drunk Christian, I'll show you one more couple of beautiful sights here where I'm at. This is a wonderful place. I'm in a huge parking lot, and literally you see the mountain line behind us. We are literally nowhere. And maybe to save the embarrassment of my neighbors and all, I won't tell everybody where we are. But back to the point, you need to go see you. Whether you are high, whether you are drinking, go see you. you misses you, and he or she is very alone without you. But that's it for this evening, and I love you guys, and of course you got my information. Leave me a comment, and have a blessed night. Goodbye.